Our first guests tonight have been an important part of our romantic and paranormal lives for many, many years. They're joining forces for the first time in a new romantic comedy called What Happens Later. It opens in theaters a week from Friday. Please say hello to Meg Ryan and David Duchovny. Well, it's great to have you here. Meg, you've not been here before. It's your first time here.
Yeah, I just heard you've been on the air for like 20 years.
More than that, yes, and you've never come. David has come. He's been very nice. He's come many times.
I don't remember.
You don't? You remember my face at all? Or
Vaguely, but it could be like a relative.
I'm your Uncle Tommy. Yeah. It's good to see you guys. Thank you for coming. How long have you guys known each other?
Just really 2 years now since we started talking about doing this
like
film.
a long time ago, very briefly.
In an elevator.
Or
in an
elevator. Airport, I can't remember. Was it in an elevator?
I don't know.
Seems like that. Okay, but it was brief.
It was brief.
Yeah, but now we know each other fairly well.
Yeah. Interesting, yeah. Did David make an impression on you in that elevator? Because you remember that, and yet he's...
Have you ever seen me press a button?
No.
You'd remember it too.
You think it was in an airport, you said?
I think it was in an elevator.
I think it was in an airport.
But it could have been both. You could both be right, for
sure.
sure.
It could have been an airport elevator.
Yeah. Which would be interesting because you made a movie in an airport, and like most of the movies in an airport.
Yeah, the story is that we went out together long ago in the 90s, and we get stuck overnight in a snowstorm. And we have sort of some unresolved issues from 20 years ago, like a hanging Chad or two.
Right.
And
Who's Chad? Who is Chad?
Could have been the movie Hanging Chad. Anyway, they have a lot to work out, Jim.
It sounds like you do, yeah. I am hoping I can help where you work through it together.
Okay,
was this an actual airport where you shot the movie or set?
Partly.
Yeah. And you haven't lived until you spent all night in an airport, 18 nights in a row.
Yeah. In an airport. We shot in Northwest Arkansas, and it's a sort of magical reality, a pretend airport. So we used a museum as well, and also a real airport. So we shot with like real passengers coming in and out of the airport.
You're not allowed to talk to anybody in an airport when you're filming a movie. You're not allowed to say, "Excuse me, sir, could you wait 3 seconds because we're shooting."
Is that true?
It's actually illegal
Really?
to hold up anybody in an airport. So we'd be shooting and somebody'd say, "Hey, that's Meg Ryan," and I'd be like, "That's not helpful," and then we got to go back. We got to go back here.
Wow. And 18, you say 18 nights, so this was an overnight thing you tried to do when nobody was there?
Yeah, it all happens in one night. So we spent like, 18, the whole shoot was like 21 days or something.
Meg, you directed the movie, you co-wrote the movie, and you co-star in the movie. I assume you cast David to be in the movie. When that happened, were you honest with him? Were you up front? And did you tell him he was going to be in the airport for 3 weeks?
No.
No, you did not.
No,
I did not.
I realized that, well, if I'd been a conscientious actor, I could have figured it out by looking at the schedule, but I wasn't. And then 2 or 3 days into it, I was like, oh, my God. There's nothing quite as depressing as watching a Cinnabon break down and then watching the same person bring it back up 8 hours later.
Did you get to know, like, when you went, so when you go through TSA, at a certain point, they're like, you guys go right through.
It's a world. It's a whole world. And then also, like, we didn't have trailers or anything like that, so they put us in various, like, tents, or in David's case, like, he was in the quiet room, in the yoga room.
I was in the yoga room in the airport.
For hours and hours, no windows.
There were foam rollers around, and nobody came in to do yoga.
Hey, really?
I was waiting in my leotard.
I was thinking, what town was this in Arkansas? Because I thought yoga was super popular there right now. No?
Near Bentonville.
Near Bentonville.
Yeah,
that's the home of Walmart, right? That's where Walmart.
Yeah.
Did you go to the original Walmart?
Yes.
And?
It's a crazy sweet town. It's so sweet, and it really just seems like Marty McFly.
But the original
could come out
Walmart
of any
is just that. It's just an old Walmart, and you're like,
a 5 and dime.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have bet on it, but good for you guys. It worked out. It worked out.
David, did you find Meg to be a giving director? Was she mean to you ever? Did she yell at you?
It would be funnier to say that she was mean to me, but Meg was wonderful and as charming and as giving a director as she is a performer.
Oh my God.
So that's nice. Okay, good.
It's, you know, there's only two
I
actors
wish I could
in
make
the
it up and be funny, but
it was just the two of us. Only the two of us talk in the whole movie. Like it's just
Right.
two actors.
not
Well,
trying
there's
to
a
turn
third
you off
character.
from going to see this
If
movie.
you don't like us, don't come.
There's nobody in this movie except us.
You are stuck with us.
And a couple of extras who are saying that doesn't make sense for them. That's Meg Ryan.
There is a third character in the movie, and actually what we're going to do is we're going to take a break, and when we come back from the break, I want everybody to really pay attention to the clip and see if you can figure out whose voice, and I don't know the answer to this question, see if you can figure out whose voice is coming over the PA system, because can you say it's a famous person, right? Is that?
You could say that.
You can say
I
that.
could say it.
We are sworn to secrecy.
Okay, all right. But you can give us that much, yes? I mean, it's not going to be
Only
like...
that we are sworn to secrecy.
Okay, all right. Well, trust me, it's a famous person. We'll be back. Meg Ryan and David Duchovny. Their movie is called What Happens Later. We'll be right back.
Attention travelers, the National Weather Service has identified the storm as a bomb cyclone.
Bomb cyclone?
Yes.
We never used to have bomb cyclones.
No, they seem new.
We had bombs and we had cyclones, but not together.
I know. Also rain trains,
Flash droughts.
fire tornadoes,
Fire nados.
hail hurricanes, Haley Canes.
No, you're making that last
Oh,
one up.
so what?
Well, it's bad enough as it is without you making up. You have a disturbing appetite for chaos, W. Davis.
That was thunder snow.
Thunder, snow.
Yes.
Jeez.
I figured it out. I know who it is.
You know?
I did. I figured it out. Yeah.
I think he does.
I know who it is.
I think he knows. Well, what? We
What do you
have to...
think?
It's Gilbert Gottfried. No. I think it's... should I say who I think it is? Because I really feel strongly that I think it's Tom Hanks. Yeah, I do. I think it is.
Interesting.
Interesting idea.
Because you were in a movie with him one time. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's your investigative... Wow, just to see the mind at work is something.
To be honest, I went in thinking, like, I bet it's either Billy Crystal or Tom Hanks. I'm going to figure it out. And then I was like, oh, yeah, it's Tom Hanks. Yeah, it's not Billy Crystal. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, that's great. Tom Hanks is in your movie. That's cool.
Sure.
How is it credited in the film, that
Hal
part?
Liggett.
Hal Liggett?
Hal
Yes.
Liggett.
You know Hal.
Good old Hal
Like
Liggett.
Dave acts like Hal Liggett. Yeah, of course, Hal Liggett. You know Hal Liggett.
Hal.
He played
I
third
can say
base
it's
for
not
the...
Tom,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I can say it's not Tom.
Yeah, you're wrong.
It's not Tom.
No.
Not Tom.
Is it really not Tom?
It's not Tom.
Well, you're a good actor, so I would really not know if you're lying
That's
to
right.
me or
I
not.
got a terrible poker face, though.
Uh-huh. But would you say it wasn't Tom? Okay. Why don't I say it's Channing Tatum? Is it Channing Tatum?
It is not.
No.
Okay. So
Yeah.
if I keep going...
Yeah.
We will never be able to tell you if you're right or wrong.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. All right. Well,
There it
then
is.
that doesn't... I guess I'll stop guessing.
okay.
Yeah.
And no one else has a guess.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Meg, I want to ask you about a photograph that you took. You're not in this photograph, but it's meaningful to me.
Oh, look at that.
Because you're in the town of
That is
Dildo, which is in Newfoundland.
So this is that's Carrie Fisher, her daughter Billy, and Harper Simon, her step son, and she was a travel writer for the New York Times, and she took me to Dildo with her to take pictures.
What year
And-
was this?
Can I say that the sign should be flipped up? That arrow should be.
But,
Shouldn't it?
It was a period of refraction. And these,
Yeah.
so you went to Dildo as the official
as
photographer.
an official photographer, we went to Carrie wanted to do a piece. She was on the Napoleon surrendering to the British historical reenactment in Dildo. So we did that. We shopped a lot. We got merch. I got like a T-shirt with a big happy face and then the name of the town underneath.
Is that all you bought?
That's all I bought. That's all I've got.
I happen to be the honorary mayor of Dildo. I don't know if you're aware of this.
How did that happen?
I named myself honorary mayor of the town.
Have you been?
And they're very nice, so they said okay.
Okay.
I've not been because I heard it takes 3 flights to get there, and that's
really
just
long.
too many flights. That's like too many flights for me.
But what did you say? It's near a bay of...
It's near the Bay of Conception.
It is.
Ironically, yes.
And Carrie in the piece that is across the town, across the way, is Spread Eagle.
Is that now? I didn't know that. Now
It may or may not be true.
It may. Okay, not true. Okay, but yeah, I'm the honorary mayor of the town, and in fact, we donated a Hollywood to show the partner. It's now our sister city or brother city, whatever you want to say. I don't know, but we just like the Hollywood sign. We got some big letters that say Dildo. We put them up in their hills, and now people come from thousands of miles around to photograph themselves
like a selfie?
in front of that sign.
Selfie.
Yeah.
Wow.
You must be proud.
I mean, you know what?
What are you? Do you have dildo mayoral duties?
I have no dildo duties. No.
Not even honorary?
Really, my duty is to talk about the town every once in a while and promote tourism in my town.
It's worth going.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. It's worth
Sure.
Yeah.
going. Even 3 flights in.
Have you ever had a weird vacation like that, David?
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere else. And the answer is yes. I was like, just after college, I'd been traveling in Southeast Asia, and I came back through Seattle. And I'd gotten a really bad dysentery on the flight. And I was up and down to the bathroom all the time on this 14-hour flight. And I guess the folks alerted the powers that be that I was acting strangely. And they pulled me out of line, and they took me into a room, and they made me strip down. And I had diarrhea for 14 hours. And they kept on asking me, they were asking me questions about drug dealing and like that. And then every 5 minutes, they go, "Isn't it true that last night you swallowed a condom filled with heroin?" And I was like, "No. That is not true." And the next 5 minutes, "Isn't it true that last night you swallowed a condom filled with heroin?" And I was like, "No." And eventually they go, "Okay, stand up, put your arms up, hands up against the wall, spread your legs." And I said, "Oh, guys, I have some pride left, and I have had diarrhea for the past 14 hours. I don't want to be responsible for what is there and what might be anywhere near there." They were not laughing. They looked around, they poked around, and they set me free.
Oh, thank God, and here you are now.
So, when I'm going to go traveling, I make sure I have the passport, I make sure I've got the cash, and I make sure I have the condom filled with heroin, so that I get that down early enough, so I don't have any problems.
Meg, I think we just found your next movie. Yes, The Mystery Balloon. Yeah. It's great to have you guys here. Congratulations on the movie. It's called What Happens Later. It opens in theaters a week from Friday. Meg Ryan and David Duchovny, everybody.